Honey Boo Boo and Mama June spill on Lauren's heartbreaking divorce. Lauren Pumpkin Efford's divorce from Josh Efford will take center stage in the upcoming season of Mama June, Family Crisis. In a chat with a news outlet, Alana, Honey Boo Boo, Thompson, and Mama June, Shannon shared their candid reactions to the split ahead of the premiere. I'm not going to say I was completely surprised just because, I lived there, I knew what was going on. I was old enough. They didn't hide anything, Alana revealed. The former reality star admitted she knew what was going on, but didn't, want it to happen. I wanted them to fix it every other time they just, fix it. So I thought they would just fix it, but it got worse than it normally does, she continued. At the end of the day, Pumpkin wasn't happy. So I get where she was coming from. June, 45, reflected on the relationship, stating she knew for many years that Lauren and Josh would likely separate. Lauren could even say to her own mouth, I think Anna passing away opened our eyes to a lot of things that were happening around us that we were just kind of oh, the family matriarch explained, referring to Anna, who tragically passed away at just 29 years old in December 2023 after battling cancer. We were on back burner when Anna passed away. It was an eye-opener for all of us. Josh and Lauren embarked on their love story when they tied the knot in April 2018. They welcomed daughter Ella in 2017, son Bentley in 2021, and twins Silas Ray and Stella Renee the following year. The couple often shared their marital struggles, which frequently revolved around June's legal troubles stemming from substance abuse and addiction. I honestly think that our main issue is just everything that's going on with my mom, Lauren told in April 2021. We've been together since we were kids, and now we're adults. After 6 years of marriage, Lauren filed for divorce from Josh in August 2024, citing their union as irretrievably broken. The couple separated 1 month prior, with the divorce finalized in September 2024. Just a month after their split, Lauren and Josh began dating other people. At that time, Lauren was seeing her current boyfriend, Darren Kitchens, while Josh was dating a woman named Keely. However, it was a sticky Georgia afternoon when Jessica Shannon pulled into the gravel driveway of the Pumpkin house. The sun was blazing and the cicadas were loud, but that wasn't what had her heart racing. Sitting in the passenger seat was Bella, Jessica's new girlfriend. Tall, tattooed, with wild curls and a stare that could melt butter, Bella wasn't just hot, she was fire. Jessica had kept their relationship low-key for months, unsure of how her unpredictable family, especially Mama June and Alana, aka Honey Boo Boo, would react. But now, after Bella insisted she was tired of being a secret, Jessica decided it was time. Pumpkin, the rock of the family and now mother of 4, was wiping down counters when they walked in. Well, dang, Jess, Pumpkin said, eyeing Bella with raised brows. You didn't say you were bringing company. Who's this? Jessica swallowed hard, glancing at Bella, who gave a confident smile and held out her hand. Hi, I'm Bella, Jessica's girlfriend. There was a long pause. Even Ella, Pumpkin's oldest daughter, stopped playing on her tablet. Girlfriend, Pumpkin echoed. Jessica nodded. Yeah. We've been seeing each other for 6 months. I wanted you to meet her. From the hallway, Alana poked her head out. Hold up, that's your girlfriend? Dang, Jessica, you ain't playing. Bella laughed. Nice to meet you too, Alana. Mama June, who just so happened to be staying the weekend, trying to reconnect with her girls after yet another rehab stint, waddled in at the worst time. What is going on here? She asked, suspicious as ever. Jessica's got a girlfriend, Mama, Pumpkin said, arms crossed. Mama June squinted at Bella. Huh? You from LA or something? You look like you trouble. Jessica clenched her jaw. Don't, Mama. She's good to me. That's more than I can say for half the people in this house sometimes. The room went quiet. But the quiet didn't last. Suddenly, an old family friend, Amber, barged in unannounced. Pumpkin, did you know Bella used to date that girl from your old job? The one that stole your tips. Everyone turned. Bella's face flushed. That was over 2 years ago, and it wasn't what it looked like. Jessica looked betrayed. You said you didn't know her. I didn't know her. We went out a couple times, but it didn't mean anything. Chaos erupted. Mama June started yelling. Alana ran to get her phone to record it for TikTok, and Pumpkin just threw up her hands. "Y'all need Jesus and a nap," Pumpkin muttered. Later that night, after the dust had settled and everyone was in their rooms, Jessica sat on the porch swing with Bella. "I'm sorry I didn't tell you about her," Bella said softly. "But I'm here because I love you. I wanted to meet your family, even if they are intense." Jessica chuckled, resting her head on Bella's shoulder. "Yeah, we're a mess. But if you're still here after all that, maybe you really do belong." From inside, Mama June peeked out through the blinds. "They better not be making out on my swing," she muttered. "Lord help me." However, it was just after dawn in a quiet Georgia suburb when Alana, Honey Boo Boo, Thompson woke up to silence, the kind that felt too heavy, too unnatural. She walked through the house, her slippers brushing against the wooden floor, expecting to hear the familiar clatter of pots or the television blaring some reality rerun Mama June always watched. But instead, she found the kitchen empty. No coffee brewing. No breakfast. No Mama June. On the counter was a folded note. Alana's heart dropped. "Alana, I know this will hurt, but I need to do this for me. I can't explain everything right now. Just know I love you, and this isn't goodbye forever." "Mama," tears welled in Alana's eyes. "Again?" After everything they'd been through, rehab, court, custody battles, broken promises, why now? And why in secret? Panic kicked in. She tried calling June. No answer. She messaged Pumpkin, who was just as stunned. Later that day, Pumpkin stormed into the house, holding her baby on one hip and frustration on her face. She left me a voice message. Said she was going to fix things from the past. What does that even mean? Rumors began swirling. Family members speculated Mama June had reconnected with someone from her darker days, an old boyfriend tied to drugs, or perhaps a lost sibling she'd never spoken about. Others believed she had uncovered a shocking family secret and was determined to solve it alone. But the truth was far stranger. 2 weeks later, production from Mama June, Road to Redemption, got a call from an unknown number. The voice said, "You might want to start filming again. Mama June's in Alabama, and she's about to blow the lid off something real big." The crew, Pumpkin, and Alana packed their bags and followed the lead. What they found in Alabama was a small town and a woman on a mission. Mama June had discovered she had another daughter, one she gave up at birth during her teenage years and never told anyone about. June's secrecy wasn't about abandonment. It was about confronting a ghost from her past. When Alana finally saw her mom, standing in front of a rundown house holding a picture of a baby girl, she broke down. "You could have told me," Alana cried. "I didn't know how," June said, trembling. "I was scared you'd hate me even more." Through the tears, pain, and cameras rolling in the background, the two embraced, not in forgiveness, but in understanding. The road to redemption is never straight. Sometimes it vanishes entirely before reappearing in unexpected places. However, Mama June had always been the heart of her family, a strong woman with a complicated past and a fiery spirit that refused to be tamed. The world first met her as the lovable, down-to-earth matriarch on Here Comes Honey Boo Boo, where her life was full of chaos, love, and plenty of drama. But behind the smiles and the southern charm, June carried a secret she had hidden for years, one that could change everything. After her dramatic transformation in From Not to Hot, June was ready for a fresh start. But as she stepped into the new spotlight, whispers began to circulate about a secret that could either make or break her. June sat in her cozy living room, a soft glow from the television casting light on her thoughtful face. The cameras had been following her closely for months, capturing every step of her weight loss journey and emotional healing. Yet, there was something she hadn't shared, something she feared could shatter the image she worked so hard to build. Her family was supportive, but June knew that the secret involved more than just her. It touched the very core of their family legacy. It was a story about mistakes, forgiveness, and resilience. In the premiere episode of June's Got a Secret, the truth finally came out. June revealed that years ago, before the cameras, she had struggled with addiction far worse than the public knew. It was a dark time filled with pain and lost chances, but what made the story even more shocking was that she had once considered giving up on her family. Through tears, June told how a heartfelt letter from her daughter Alana saved her from the brink. That letter sparked the determination to change her life, leading to her incredible physical and emotional transformation. The series followed June as she faced not only her past demons, but also the challenges of rebuilding trust with those she loved. The journey wasn't easy. There were setbacks, confrontations, and moments of self-doubt. But June's unwavering spirit and her family's love kept her moving forward. One powerful moment was a heartfelt conversation with Honey Boo Boo, where they both opened up about their fears and hopes for the future. It was raw, real, and deeply emotional. By the season finale, June had embraced a new chapter in her life, not just physically transformed, but spiritually renewed. She had become an inspiration, not just for her family, but for viewers around the world who saw that change is possible no matter how hard life gets. The show ended with June planning a surprise family reunion, symbolizing hope, unity, and the power of secrets finally brought into the light. However, Mama June was never one to back down from a challenge, but this time, things felt different. The old family home, the heart of so many memories, was about to open its doors for a huge reunion. But with the spotlight on Mama June and her famous family, the pressure was mounting. Everyone was watching. Everyone was waiting. The house buzzed with anticipation, but beneath the surface, tension simmered. Honey Boo Boo was struggling with growing up under the glaring eyes of the public, trying to find her own identity beyond the cameras. Meanwhile, Alana was hiding a secret that threatened to tear the family apart if it ever came out. And then there was Mama June, trying desperately to keep the family united while wrestling with her own demons. As the day of the open house arrived, old wounds reopened. Family members who hadn't spoken in years showed up, each carrying their own grudges and regrets. The once lively home now echoed with whispered arguments and stifled tears. Mama June stood in the middle of it all, her heart breaking but determined to hold her family together. Just when it seemed like everything would collapse, a surprise visit from a long-lost relative sparked a moment of hope. This relative brought news that would change everything, a chance for healing, for understanding, and maybe even forgiveness. Mama June knew the road ahead wouldn't be easy, but for the sake of her family, she was ready to fight. The open house wasn't just a reunion, it was a crossroads. And whatever happened, the family would come out stronger, or not at all. However, the sweltering summer heat weighed heavily on the small trailer nestled deep within the woods. June Shannon, better known to the world as Mama June, sat silently beside her daughter Alana, who was clutching her little sister Lauren's hand tightly. The three had been on the run for days now, hearts pounding with fear and uncertainty. "If you move, they'll never find us," June whispered softly, her voice barely audible over the rustling leaves and distant sounds of searching dogs. The crisis had begun with a simple mistake, a missed court date, an unpaid bill, and suddenly, the authorities were closing in. Mama June's family, already tangled in their own struggles, was now forced to go underground. The once bright and bustling home filled with laughter and drama had turned into a shadowy refuge where every creak in the floor sounded like danger. Alana's wide eyes darted nervously as she peered through the cracked window. "Mom, what if they catch us? What if we never see Daddy or Jessica again?" June wrapped her arms around her daughters, pulling them close. "Listen, baby, we're strong. We've been through worse. As long as we stay still and stay quiet, they'll never find us. This isn't forever. We just have to hold on a little longer." Days blurred into nights. Food was scarce. Water was even scarcer. But the family's spirit refused to break. Honey Boo Boo, the youngest, showed remarkable courage, offering small smiles even when hunger gnawed at her tiny stomach. One evening, as the moon hung low in the sky, June heard voices approaching. Her heart raced. "Stay calm," she mouthed to Alana and Lauren. "If you move, they'll never find us." They all pressed their backs against the rough wooden wall, holding their breath as footsteps grew louder. But then, a familiar voice called out, "Mama June? It's me, Pumpkin." It was Jessica, June's eldest daughter, accompanied by a few trusted friends who had come looking to bring them back safely. Tears of relief streamed down June's face as she stepped outside, embracing her family tightly. "We made it," she whispered. "We stayed still. We survived." The crisis wasn't over, but in that moment, the family felt an unbreakable bond, a reminder that no matter how dark the storm, as long as they stuck together, hope would always find them.